Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above. So happy to have you all here and excited for what messages will come through this evening. Before we get into the readings, though, of course, we've got to send love out to the world because we can join together and multiply this love and we can make a difference in the whole collective energies of the planet. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And whether you're watching this live or on replay, we can gather together and let that love flow down into our own hearts, fill us up, and flow out to the planet. It's beautiful, beautiful, unconditional love energy. It's the highest, most powerful energy in the universe. One person sending out love transforms millions of lower vibrational energies. And when more than one person does it, it's even greater. When we do it together, though, multiplies, it multiplies, it multiplies, touching hearts to raise the love vibration of the collective, one person at a time. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love in this moment for your mind, your heart, your body, for a situation, a relationship, for a loved one, whatever it may be, we send this love to you right now as well. Just let it circle you like a giant bubble of love and absorb it in like a giant sponge. Just let it seep into your being and soak into your wholeness. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that and allowing me the space for that. Really, really appreciate it. And before we get into the readings, we do want to let everyone know that you have 2 days left. Let me post it here to get into the weekly drawing. Every Monday, I have a drawing for a 30-minute personal recorded reading at least. And that is what is going to be on Monday. So if you check out the video, it'll tell you what I'm giving away, how to get into the drawing, and any other giveaway news. I put out the video on Tuesdays of each week. So if you're subscribed to the channel, make sure your all notification is set on your settings so that you'll get notified of the winners and any new announcements and new videos as well. Also, Crazy Zen is having a 50% off summer sale. This one is for my Hedge of Peace and Love. It's normally $50. It's now $25. It's a 2-week beautiful energetic process. And then my personal recorded readings are 50% off as well. Those are the price changes there for the month of July. And if you want to make a book any of those, here's the link for that. All of that information is in the description box of the video as well if you need to come back to it. And every week I put out at least one pick a card reading. And this week's was all about how can I transform my sadness? And that's when we're ready. There's no judgment. Spirit is like, we come here to experience all of the lower vibrational energies. But when we're ready, we can transform it. And that's what it talks about there. So that is what they have. Excuse me. That's snuck up on me. Sorry about that. And then also on Friday, we put out a new Take 10 with Zen, which is a new series I have each week. We're on to episode 5 already. I can't believe it's been 5 weeks. But it's just a 10-minute little short video about how we can connect to the higher realms, connect to our power, dive deep into the lower vibrational I'm sorry, getting to know ourselves more. And then I also answer questions from my subscribers too. So be sure to check those out. Because this one was like, what influences our fate? Last week was, does fate exist? Before that was, is love real? And then we talked about spirit guides, we talked about dimensions. Next week is going to be, is our death fated? So be sure to check it out. All right. So I think those were the big things I wanted to talk about there. So let me get my desktop all set up here, and we will get into there. Before I do that, though, let me screenshot this because the time that I don't is when YouTube erases everything, and then we're in a bit of hurt, right? Let's see here. I think we left off with Felicia. So let me grab that, Felicia, and down here to Katie's donation. Okay. So we've got those. Let me just pop out the chat here and see if everything's saved. Fingers crossed. Yay, it did. All right, good. And then let me just shrink this. So if you're new to my channel, and probably if I started saying that, my apologies. It's doing two things at once, more and more challenging every day. So if you're new to the channel, how the free readings work is there's no special list. The chat is the list. We just move down in order, first come, first serve. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading or guidance. And then I just move down like that because Spirit knows what you want. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, and I do not move down. I started to say it all over again. I prioritize those, and I step out of the free readings, and I dive deeper into those. I pull more cards, and then once I'm done, I return back to the free readings, and then I continue going down the list. I don't look at dollar amounts, whatever you're able to give, I trust. Everyone's, finances vary from day to day, person to person, country to country, planet to planet. So whatever you're able to give, I trust that's what you're able to give. And you can use the super chat at the bottom of the chat, or in the pinned comment and the description box of the video. I have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. So you can make it any of those ways. All right. So blah, blah, blah. That is what we have. And I'm going to start off. I do have both the Light Seers Tarot and the Naked Heart Tarot. So we will do those. And hey, Momo. Yeah, we can definitely do that in order, of course. As I just mentioned, it's first come, first serve. So I have a donation that came in first through PayPal, and then Katie, and then Lady Empress. And if there's no other donations, I will start at the top and we'll work our way down. All right. Hey, Queen. All right. So thank you, Love1234, for your donation. And just 3 questions. For now, I'm just kidding. Never any judgment. You can never ask too many questions. All right. Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah. So as I'd mentioned, it's just putting your question out in the chat is how to get on the list. So you are good. All right. So Love1234. Question number 1. All right. Okay, I get it. And then question number 2. All right. And question number 3. Anything else? Okay. Not those. All right. What else? Anything else? Anything? Okay. All right. So question number 1. Hey. So for question number 1, we've got the Innocence of Pentacles, which is Page of Pentacles, new opportunities in the outside world, 6 of Cups, balanced emotions. I don't feel like that would, um, you know, impact it any differently. I feel like it would be equal. We've got the equal 3 cups on either side, and a new opportunity. But I feel like there's this undertowing here about emotional balance too, which can be hormonal balance. If you've, and of course, I'm no medical professional. Got to do the medical exclaimer. This is just tarot. I'm not a licensed physician at all. But I don't know if there's anything to do with some balancing, emotional balancing coming in here. So, consider that. But I feel like there's something to do with that the emotions are will also help. I think they brought that in before, but it's like whatever is less stressful is a plus, right? So I like it. I like it. I like it. And then for question number two, cool. Very good. So for number two, you've got victory, sun card here, and the nine of wands is the breaking through a barrier here too. So I feel like that there is, a positive outcome with number two here that helps with this. So this would, for me, this by itself would be like, oh, there might be a barrier to get through, but with the sun, it's like, no, it breaks through the barrier. So that's why I like the combination of those two coming in together. And then my favorite subject, number 3. I like it. Um, so we've got, great, a lot of thinking, balancing of thinking going on, which is good. We like this, that there's cutting away of fears and they're seeing things from a higher perspective. And we got the Wheel of Fortune, which tells us there's some great changes coming. I mean, you've got both the 10 and 11 here. There's this wonderful progress, this wonderful switching and changing of the wheel here, which does bring things forward where even your human is singing the tune of for you, right? The for tune that's coming in. So I like those coming in. And we also have the movement of cups, which would be the Knight of Cups. So movement of romance. We like that, right? So, there is this energy of moving towards that. Um, there's just some balancing that's going on, some this little juk, 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 with the Two of Pentacles, balancing of the outside world. And I like this energy of both of you are becoming more and more comfortable in being your true authentic self, and that there's this strength that comes in with that because you're not trying to change to be who you think they think you should be and blah, 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 blah. And I feel like that's something that you're kind of having strengthened through this relationship too, because sometimes it takes someone, say, choosing themselves to really wake us up and go, I can choose myself too. And it's not selfish. We just have sometimes, especially with relationships, we're taught a lot that, well, I need to be this in a relationship. So I need to bring this down and bring that up and change that so that it's acceptable. And it's like, who says? You know, a lot of times people are attracted to, usually people are attracted to us for who we are, and then we change to be who we think that we think we should be, and we just like, so I like it. Do you? Do you? Absolutely. Oh, yeah, yeah, I just feel like there's no difference, with it. They're just like, "Nope, it's equal." Yeah. Oh, yes, do you, not, "Do you?" No, no, do you. You do you, I do me. I get it. Too funny. All right, so that's what they have for you. So, many blessings, blessings, blessings. Yes, thank you, Queen. I do see that came through there. So, you will be. So I got Katie, Lady Empress, and then you, Queen, will be after that. So perfect. Thank you. All right. So that is what they have for you, love 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, Katie P, you are up next. Thank you for your donation. Everything is breaking. Oh, geez. 2 of your cars are not working. All the people, um, are, legit busy. What is going on in your life? Okay. Yeah, let's take a look here. We'll pull some cards to see what is coming through here. Even and you've been denied food stamps. Jeez, jeez. Yeah, 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 Lady Empress, yeah. It's like the Tower card, right? Things are removed out of our life to make space for those things that are for us and to clear things out of our path to have us move forward. But we'll take a look here and see. Um, Sometimes our energy brings it in. Sometimes there's fated things that need to happen to, Saturn energy coming to shake and rattle our world. I feel like we're going to pull a card here first, though, from the Psychic Tarot Oracle, just to get the theme of what the heck is going on, Katie. Let's see what we have here. What does Spirit wants you to know about this? It's like Job, right? The story of Job. I used to call it the story of Job, where it's just like, I feel like everything is being removed out of my life. What's going on? 3 of Cups. So we've got joy and celebration coming in here. And this also represents spirit, your spiritual entourage. Um, they're starting off letting you know that you're not alone in this. They are around to support you and help you through what's going on. And let's see just what this energy is. So there is a time of merriment, celebration, birth, success, and victory at hand. So victory, joy, things are about to change and switch around. You're doing what you love most and are pursuing your passion. This is like what joy looks like in the near future. When you follow your heart and your intuition with zeal, there's no limits to what you can achieve. When the energy of excitement and love is present, you can feel it moving within you. Somehow, love has a way of showing you that you're connected to something much larger than yourself. And the number 3 symbolizes unity and a time to rejoice in gratitude and sharing, whether it is with family members, friends, or even coworkers. This is the moment of fruition for all your dedicated work. So pat yourself on the back and party and dance in celebration of your accomplishments. They're not being fickle, they're not being silly. Is it Mercury Mercury retrograde pre-shadows in a couple weeks, right? Let's take a look here though. Yeah. Woohoo! Well, that's great. What's wonderful though is if, because I know when I was like, "Why is this happening?" They're like, "Well, that's what you're focusing on." And I'm like, "So you're saying I did this?" And they're just like, "We're just saying you went, come here." And but it's in the best hands possible because if I brought it on myself, I can change it too, right? But, let's take a look here. Let's see what they have to extra to say here. Alright. So we do have the 5 of Wands, so there is a like you said, a firestorm, circling, 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 but it's a number of 5 of change, and we like that because these fears that have ignited that, it tells us that when we're focusing on what we feel we're missing and different things, we do draw those things in, but we also can change it, right? And like it was talking about, I feel like they're also saying when we focus on what we are grateful for, what we do enjoy having in our life, it's like the little kid that goes into a donut shop and, is pointing through the glass at a donut that they hate. They're like, then the baker brings them a dozen, like, "No, I hate that." And they're like, "Well, don't point out what you hate, point out what you love, and I'll bring you a dozen of that instead." So there is this transformation and there's this, um, change that's coming here. I mean, I see it all over here. We've got the Sun card. So you do have this brightness, this victory that's coming around the corner here. You have the movement of pentacles here. So it has been, this slow, movement, but there is this joy, there is this brightness that's around the corner. So there will be reason to rejoice and celebrate. And the more we focus in on the gratitude, that's what speeds things up. When we're focusing on fears, things we're missing, things that we hate, it's like um, it's like a anchor. It draws and slows things down. So I like that you have the heart because this other card really was talking about this, beautiful focusing on your heart, this little moth whispers, "You are brave, you are courageous, you are beautiful. Fly out of the darkness and into the light." And so when we fly to the light, that's where we get, the abundance. And here you have the Heart of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. So Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurture yourself. You have abundance that does come in here, but it's following your heart and nurturing your heart here, and you have the Spirit of Cups too. So balancing heart and mind, all is throughout here too. So there is this, experience, and not beating yourself up. Like you said, good job, Katie. You did this to yourself. We're all co-creators, and there's no wrong creation. There's just different experiences. And now my guides are showing me the example. Um, like in grade school, we had to make something out of clay, and I didn't know what I wanted to make because I wasn't too creative back then. So I created an ashtray with a rhino, like a rhino head. It was an ashtray. And my mom, when I brought it home and presented it to her, you could just see oh, wow, isn't that interesting? So the creations we make are, there's nothing wrong with them. They, but there's this transformation that can happen, right? So I do see that there's this energy here of I can focus on my lower vibrational things and experience it. And when I'm done feeling that and why, how I want to change it, then I can focus on gratitude and I can focus on the higher vibrational things and see the difference there. Um, you know, the things happen, you know, our life is shaken for different reasons. It's not punishment, it's not happening to us, but we do have these things that we've signed up for, these things that we invite in, these things that are energy in our subconscious. All of this is fitting into it. If you have a chance to listen to those Take 10 with Zen, last week's Fate and this week's, it helps you understand, okay, these are the things that impact my fate, and these are the things that impact the events that come into my life. Because there is this, you know, nothing happens by accident. Everything is happening for us. Sometimes it's hard for our human to go, "How is this for me?" Which we all understand. We all can relate on our human level. But, you're not alone in it. Spirit is there around you, help and guide you through it. And you can, of your own free will, ask them for assistance, ask them for clarity, ask them for help, and they will bring it in for you. But there is also this focus of focusing on joy and celebration, and that teaches us. Like, because I think aren't do you have a Christian background? Because I have a Christian background, and the story of Job just really used to I'm like, "Really? That would happen? You would do that to us, God?" And, of course, it's a story, and, but what, the creator with spirit after, because I've kind of left organized religion to try to embrace it, all things. And Spirit was showing me that the real gift that Job was taught when he lost all his family except for his wife and lost everything, lost all of their sheep and their cattle and everything and everything and everything and everything. And there's this realization that Job realized he had everything he needed inside of him, that all the outside world stuff didn't really complete him or define him, that he had everything inside of him, which was the love of up above, right? So, I feel like there's a big thing that we learn in life when things are removed out of our life and we realize these things were moved out of my life for me to realize, higher things as well. So, um that is that, but be should check out, I really feel like those 2 faded ones, the last episode 4 and 5 of Take 10 with Zen might bring some clarity around things too. That that question is for another time there, KDP. I almost killed myself because of Christianity, um, or the judgment and the fears that I had, in there. So, as I grew closer to the creator, I kind of just moved out. I like disorganized religion, not so much organized. I don't like being told how to think. I think it's my Aquarian rebel. But that's a good question for another time for sure. But hopefully that helps, Katie. But be sure to check out those other two episodes, because I feel like that'll help understand the scheme of fate and are the things that we can our impact on our fate, that might help. All right, so many blessings, and thank you again so much for your donation. I really appreciate that. And by no means I don't diss any organized religions, because that's how I found creator, is through it. But I wanted to move into a more personal relationship outside, and I just felt that was more for me. So I never tell anyone they have to leave any religions and whatever, because we can learn wherever we're at. I like it. All right, so Lady Empress, thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know what are Mike's the Cancer future action towards you? All right, let's take a look here. And then Queen, you'll be up after that. All right. So that is their future actions towards you. Anything else? Okay. All right, I guess that is it. Let's take a look here. All right. Let me just get clarity on this last one here. Okay, well, that is pretty clear. Okay, so, you know, they've got a lot going on here. I mean, you can see here 10 of swords and 8 of swords. They've got a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about relationship, and I feel like for everything. I like that they have the 8 and the 10, because these are movement and changing of their thoughts and their beliefs and their mindsets, and you know, all these restrictions, these fears of losing conditional love, these fears of, rejection, these fears of failure. And they're realizing a lot of that their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are a lot of what have kept them like blinded and bound and, restricted in the past. So they've got this caught up in their head right now, and I feel like they're one of the big things that they're, looking at is what does, a dream come true mean? And they're trying to figure out here, this is emotional wish fulfillment. And they're trying to figure out, what does this mean? And I feel like they're kind of looping and clearing, and there's a lot to clear out here. And but we've got this death and this rebirth and the 3 of Wands, which the 3 of Wands represents changing and going a different direction. the death and rebirth is also cycles changing, and that they're having this change of where they thought they were going to head and what they were going to do and how they are perceiving everything. So I want to clarify here: is this towards you or away? And of course, that's what we would want to know, right? So we're gonna get nosy. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything else. All right. So this three of wands isn't them moving away from you, it's you kind of having enough and moving away in a different direction. Because what happens here, I mean, this death and this rebirth is, um, it's like emphasizing, yeah, that's the word, your change of heart. Because we've got the Four of Cups here. I don't feel like these are empty cups, and you're bored with this. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is about you being true to your authentic self, and you, Mother Nature, Mother Nurturing. And there's like this point of like, you know what? I think I've had enough of this, because what happens here is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is what draws you away, or draws you eventually, because normally this is nostalgia, someone from your past coming back, but this Six of Cups has been coming up so much lately, and it's like the planet is going through this new vibrational change, this uptick of things where some past life, some deep past life emotions that we have bonds with other people are being activated. And so we're coming across people that were like, I feel like I've known you forever, but I haven't known you in this lifetime. And it's because you've known him in a previous lifetime. And so you're coming across someone that you're just like, "Hey," and they're like, "Hey," and they're like, "Where do I know you from?" And you're like, "I don't know. Where'd you go to school?" And, you figure out that, no, there's no way that we know each other, but I feel like I know you. And it's like there's this instant, like, best friends bumping into each other after not seeing each other for a long time. And I like it. It's like it draws you together. And I feel like it goes into romance. I feel like there's this draw, and it just feels so complete. And so I feel like this is what comes in here, because I don't feel like Mike the Cancer has this, the thing that's happening, this thing that's unfolding. Oh, there you go. Boom. So there you go. That is perfect. So that's exactly what I said, Lady Empress. So that's good. So yeah, their next actions, they can't figure things out. So um, I still feel like they're trying to figure out. They got a lot of stuff to clean out. It's like, yeah, it's almost like they're showing me like someone who has what are they? Hoarder. It's like a hoarder, like their house is full of stuff. It's like their mind is full of so much. It's going to take a long time to clean that out. And so I feel it was good for you to, have this, moved into a different, more fitting, and it's like meeting someone like yourself that you guys just click, and it's good. I like it for where that's headed, Lady Empress. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. Absolutely. I accept that. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. So, Queen, you are up next here. And let me see. Did you ask one up above? Let me just scroll. All right. Don't see it up there. All right. There it goes. How does Matt feel about you? Does he actually want something? And is he your twin flame? All right. Hey, Queen. All right. Let's take a look here. We'll find out first. Are they your twin flame? And a twin flame is like, oh my gosh, they are extreme situations, a lot of passion, but talk about doing the work, right? It's like taking a full load in college and then um, going to another college and taking another full load there too. It's like, what are we thinking? But we do it on purpose for a purpose, right? So let's take a look here. So, first, are they your twin flame? Well, you know, I don't get them very often, but we've got the Ace of Wands of fire, and we've got the Magician, of fire here too. So, uh, I would say, yeah, I feel like they are a twin flame. I don't get confirmation of that very often, but this is undeniable because we got both aces of wands and there's this connection there. So, you know, there is this uh undeniable attraction that you guys gonna have a hard time getting away from one another and because you have this draw of passion, but you also have this draw of the difference of, when you look in a mirror, we're all mirrors for one another, right? But a twin flame is almost, like those little makeup mirrors that you can flip over and you can see your pores. That's kind of what it brings in there, right? You're just like, oh my gosh. And let's see here. Yeah, too funny. And then, yeah, and then more flaminess. Okay. So and you've got this oh wow, this is not divine counterparts-ish. You got divine feminine and divine masculine energy definitely represented here, right? But they're from such different worlds, right? Because really this is the divine counterpart of that. But this Aries energy is still it's flaming energy, but they are more it's more outward facing. It's definitely divine masculine where it's, go, 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 go. And a lot of the emperor is about the rules of the outside world and society and outward facing. And of course, high priestess is inward facing, inward, upward, downward, behind the veil. So definitely feeling like you're from two different worlds, and they're like, well, their emperor command, really strong-headed type of energy coming in, wants plans, wants things, do. A lot of the mind, I kind of feel, and of course, high priestess is, I feel like the sky father is, I think we should do this, and high priestess is, well, I feel we should do this. It's thinking and feeling, right, from these two different things, but it's great because being from I feel like not polar opposites because there's this draw that's there, but I feel like definitely there is a lot of fire that happens here with the 5 of wands, which is there's fears that flame up and then they calm down and it turns into love, and then flame and then love and then flame and then love. And that's the life of twin flames, right? I usually refer in fact, I have a video, a pick a card. If you look at my main page under the pick a cards for relationships, one that talks about messages from my soulmate, soul partner, and or twin flame. And it talks about it's like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. It's like Bloodsport, I think. And they're like tied together and they have, their hands wrapped in cloth and dipped in glass and they can't get away from one another because they're tied to one another. And there's like this battle that ensues. But, the difference with the twin flame is there's also the makeup and the passion and the draw of love. But then there's those the "Ruh, you I'm gonna make you see what you have come here to see." And that's what happens, right? And we got the strength card. You both have the inner strength. It's this turning inward and upward, teaching you you're so much more than that. So there's like this of all this stuff here. Oh no. Oh, and you're both Leos. And there you go. Boom, boom, boom. Um, yeah, all that fire energy. Yeah, maybe you got him a little hot under the collar and he hit a wrong button and blocked you by accident, and he's wondering why you're not talking to him. Why did she stop in the middle of about making love? But, let me see what else we have here for that too here. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of emotion that's flowing here for sure. Yeah. Because we've got the movement of cups and the innocence of cups. So, both royalty, the young royalty of the cup suit, which is, here again, masculine and feminine love energy here, offering the, ace of cups, pursuing the ace of cups. So, they can't get away even though they might try. But again, when this stuff happens, here's the flamey sword. I mean, the flamey wands coming in again. Seven of Wands is about, being on a hill and not feeling defensive, but they're part of the hissing lions is, our insecurities, all the stuff that we want to work on. Um, we are huge partners for that. It doesn't mean that it's, our twin flame doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be in this deep, intimate relationship either. They bring us the hard lessons and we bring them the hard lessons. Um, so, there is this energy that's coming in here. Let's see what else we got here. Look what just fell out too. I mean, you can't make it up. These two cards fell out of the deck as I'm talking. Ace of Cups and Lover's card. So, you can't get away from one another. It's like this is what is, happening here. So you will learn the lessons of self-love and higher love. So, um, well, you're definitely meant to have these experiences. You're not in each other's life by accident. So, there's definitely this draw that you have together. What he's scared of, we can take a look at that here. Okay, what is he afraid of? Mm, well, we've got the two slow cards and one speedy fast card. And so fears, it's interesting. We've got the 10 of Pentacles coming in too, with sometimes people can be afraid of abundance. People can be afraid of success. People can be afraid of getting what they think they've always wanted too. Um, but I feel like whenever we get slow down cards, and this can mean speed, but it can be messages from spirit too. Whenever there's this, um, our life suddenly feels like it goes to frame by frame instead of going fast. It's because it's time for us to turn inward and upward ourselves. That Ace of Cups is the self love, and what everyone is scared of, what every human is scared of, is we're afraid of fearing rejection, fearing failure, losing conditional love. All that's wrapped into one, right? We're all afraid that we're not going to be good enough and that we're going to get rejected. That's every human's core, at everyone's human's core, whether it's rejected by God, creator, whatever higher force, or by humans. And it's like that's our ultimate fear. We're pack animals at heart. We're like, I don't want to be ostracized from the pack, from the those that I want love from. So, when we get this slowing down of things, it's to give us a chance to turn inward and upward, gives them a chance to turn inward and upward, because we can't love another human more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So they've got this, this draw, to want that. But if we love ourselves this much, no matter how much love we give, it's going to trickle out. No matter how much love they give us, it's going to trickle in, and both on their side too. So when we slows down, we turn inward and upward to expand our self love, our connection to the higher love, and that also expands our ability to love humans as well. Why people are attracted to N, the letter N. I don't know. Because N is so much like M, but it comes, before O. They like the N, but they don't like the O because that makes no. Oh, Cherry. Because of the E's in there, I thought that was you asking that, Queen. Sorry, Cherry. That totally threw me off. Okay. So that's a completely different question. Threw me for a loop. Threw me for a loop. All right. So, so that's what's coming in there, Queen. So, um, I feel, ultimately is it's the fear of rejection, right? Which is really they're afraid of hearing no. They're afraid of the other foot dropping. And a lot of times we have fears, of course, when we've had rejection, we've had abandonment. Usually our younger, we have a lot of stuff bubbling under in our subconscious. When we're 7 years and younger, a lot of stuff going around in our mind from when our mental body was created between 7 and 14. So we got a lot of blah, 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 blah stuff, alarms going off all over the place until we deal with them. And I feel like um, they were really drawn in, and then they were like, way out on the limb, and they're like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah," and ran back in. But I feel like with all those other hearts, I feel like things will come back around though. Um, so are you meant to be together? I was gonna look into that too. And thank you. You made a large donation, so I appreciate that. Yeah. There is hope with the star card. There is wish fulfillment possibilities, but he is working through the Eight of Swords, which are his own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have blinded him, bound him, and kept him feeling trapped in the past. So that's exactly what it is. Right. So that hopefully that helps, Queen. But be sure to check out. I really and think I might have saved it down here. Did I save it down at the bottom? I think I kept it because I reference it. So here it is. Let me just, for convenience sake, and anyone else that wants to see it here. This is the what messages do your soulmate, soul partner, and twin flame have? So it's really interesting when they describe the difference between all three. All right. So thank you again, Queen. My pleasure. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Right? Or Clash of the Titans. All right. So thank you guys so much for your donations. I think that was my last donation. So, We'll scroll to the top and we will begin the free readings. Thank you guys for your patience in me getting there. And so, double, triple, quadruple X, you are up first. I'm going to switch off to the Light Seers Tarot. And let's start with those. Just going to take a quick sip here, too. All right. So, a general read. Let's see what we got going on here. So you do have the Three of Pentacles that came out first, which is all about being true to your authentic self and not being drawn off out of fear of losing praise or getting punished. It's about really stepping forward and being you, being true to you. You have the Four of Wands here too, which is joy and celebration. And I feel like you're going to be invited to a gathering, to a wedding, to a celebration of some kind. And when you go, be you. Don't try to be and adapt to what, oh, this is what I'm supposed to wear, supposed to do, should do, blah, blah, blah. Be true to your authentic self because it's really important that you arrive as you. And that's really has you stand out. I feel like you meet someone either of like a new kind of best friend or a connection that can even be romantic. But I feel like it's important for you to represent yourself as true to you as you can when you go. And that's what draws someone's attention instead of trying to fit in being someone and you draw someone and they find out that's not who you are. It's the opposite. You go and you're like, this is me. And someone's like, I love you, love what you're wearing. I love how you're presenting yourself. Wow, kind of thing. So that's what's coming in double, triple, quadruple X. So many blessings to you. All right. You are very welcome. And you did make a additional donation. Did you have additional question or is that um, for the extra in-depth that we dived into? My my host just was driving by. I had to give her a funny look. That wasn't for any of you guys. All right, so let me know, Queen, if you are still here. I appreciate your extra donation if that's what that is. All right, so Esther E, you're in up next here, like a general reading for the month of August. All right. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Shazam. August looks amazing for you, Esther E, because one, you got the Sun card, which is one of the most amazing, brilliant, bright, explosive cards. Victory, 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 and lovers. So it could be romance, it could be best friend, it could be reconnecting, but it's a very, very important relationship is ignited during the month of August here. So I really like this. I mean, very, very bright. I mean, I can't what else can we say? And 2 major arcana too, so significant, month for you for sure. So, I like that for you, Esther E. So many blessings to you. All right, and I think I saw alarms. You're welcome, double, triple, quadruple X. There we are. So, would you be happier if you moved out on your own? Your abusive sister keeps coming over and your mom doesn't put up boundaries. She was trying to attack me today. Wow. All right. All right. So let's take a look here and see what spirit has here for you. Or would she just come over to your house? She'll find you. She'll find you. Let's take a look here and see what spirit has here for you. Well, I feel like you have the 6 of Wands. I feel like, yeah, you'd be happier in relationship with your sister, but I feel like it would open up like, literally more headaches and more fear. because you got the 5 of swords and the 9 of swords, so a lot of fears about things unfolding and things, going there right now anyway. That's the energy of this moment, because like you're mentioning, it's like rent money and all that stuff happening here. But there's also this kind of reversed message about whatever we focus on can grow and expand, right? And I know we're looking at that, and I think I'm not sure if you were putting the alarm on your phone, like I always talk about, where every half hour to hour we're focusing on gratitude and what are we grateful for. And so when we're saying my sister is abusive, how am I being abusive to myself? How are my thoughts about my sister abusive? And how can we transform these fearful thoughts and then transform our energies as well? Because humans, we can be like, because we can be like dogs, you know, and we pick up energies. And so if someone fears, if there's fear already there, just more fear ignites, and it can be this, attack, 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 right? So, and I know just what a life you have chosen, first of all, LA. I think your higher self was in the same bar as me and some of other of my friends when we were choosing our lifetimes, because we didn't choose a oh easy easy breezy. We're like, yeah, give us the hard one or have another shot. um but I feel like a big thing that can happen here is you're being faced with fears, right? And um, big thing that we learn is how can I transform this energy? If I focus on my fears, I draw more of it in. If I focus on, what am I grateful for? Sometimes it's like, I know it's hard to go, this person that's abusive, but what is there about them that I can be grateful for? And I'm going to begin to focus on that instead of what I'm afraid they'll do or who they are. And you can see the energy start to change. And I know it's hard to do because it's like, even if it's like, I'm grateful that they don't live here in the house. If it's like, I'm grateful that they have their own place. um, Start there. Start with things that you're just grateful around the situation, and then you can find more things to be grateful for. And even if they're not about your sister, if you're just focused on what you're more grateful for than what you're fearing, then that can help transform the energies. And you know um, but I feel like, yeah, moving out will it's temporarily happy, but it brings in a whole lot of other fears. And fears, that's the whole thing about fears, right? you know Wherever we go, there we are. Yeah, right. Drunk and high. Yeah, yeah, right? We're, like, passing it around. I know we were, because all my friends are like, "I must have been drunk when I chose this life," and I'm like, I'm sure we all were." It's like, "Let's go down." We'll take the full package, yeah. But so, um so hopefully that helped when you're asking, like, "Why can't you win?" And, it's like the devil card, the Saturn energy is all about life will keep bringing us the mirrors for us to see what we want to see in ourselves until we see it. And it'll come through a variety of other, individuals. And it depends on where we're at in our life too. We've got all this stuff. And there's this little on the contract it says, I understand that I cannot return this, initial here and sign here. We're like, no. But in the end, because we see how it all ends up too. When we pick our lifetimes, we see all the, you know, caca poo poo valley we go through, but we see what is on the other side and we're like, it's worth it. Because we're not stupid, right? We know that whatever we learn through life, that in the end result is so worth it, otherwise we wouldn't have chose it. honestly. So we can trust our higher self that you're not stupid. You wouldn't have chosen this for for let me see what I can how I can abuse my human self. They're like, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna learn and be set free and experience through everything. And being on, I'm on the other side of half a century old, and you start to realize a lot of stuff we went through. I'm like, okay, I see why I wanted to go through that, and I see who I am now. And I'm grateful for what I went through because I did learn a lot. It will. Guaranteed it will. Because I know with our higher selves that it's not, we're not we don't design life to happen to us, and that I'm like, I'm gonna go down and be abused my all my life. It's like, no, I'm choosing things to go through because I know what I transform into. Like a caterpillar, if it didn't know it was gonna become a butterfly, it would be like, "What? You want me to create this thing around me to where I end up dissolving into soup? Really? Really? You want me to do that?" But then they're like, "Yeah, but look at here's the catalog and here's the butterfly you become." They're like, "Oh, boom, sign me up. I know it's gonna be uncomfortable going through it, but it's so worth it. I'm gonna be able to fly. Even I don't have to crawl really slow along the floor and get squished and eaten by birds. I get to fly like a butterfly. I get to go." And they're like, "Yeah." And that's why we do. So it will be. Just try to, if you can, in as much as possible, just breathe a lot. That helped me breathe a lot, and then just to see, okay, how is this happening for me? What am I learning about myself? Right. So, yeah, and laugh as much as you can because that helps too. Laughter is a fear destroyer. Even if it's a fake ha 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 to start off, because then you start laughing at yourself, and then it turns into real laughter, and then you're like, okay, let me continue to move forward. Right. So, as much as we can. If you haven't put an alarm on your phone about focus on gratitude, I really encourage anyone who's listening to change our habit from focusing on our fear to focusing on gratitude and unconditional love and joy. Whatever we point at is what we invite more in of. Um, and so, if we can change our habit to focusing on what we do want instead of fearing what will come in or leave our lives, it transforms things. It's amazing. So, hopefully that helps, LA. And much love to you, my friend. All right. So, Luna Ray, thank you so much, Luna Ray. I saw your comment there. Thank you, thank you. And you are up next too. So, are Terry and you coming into your physical reunion soon? All right. Wah wah wah, huh? Physical reunion? Or you mean in the physical world? It's not that kind of channel. I'm all goofy today. I don't know what's going on. All right. So we have the strength card coming in with the 3 of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups. So I like the overall theme and the energy that just it's like this secret sauce of everything combined here. You being true to your authentic self, connecting to your higher self brings this, movement of love. So I like this combo because they're just like these are the steps, this is what we'll do, and this does have this movement. And I, spoke of the devil a moment ago. Here's the Saturn energy breaking the strings of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts and really diving deep within your heart with the Queen of Cups. It's like the High Priestess card, where she's able to really um, connect to the spirit world, trust her intuition, trust this movement, but there's a lot of self-love, 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 represented in all of this too. Yeah, I mean, all of these well, really all tarot really point us that direction because, this is all about cutting things away, and this is the pursuit of the Ace of Cups and being true to yourself. And when we're talking about reunions, it feels like things are progressing, but one of the beautiful things about timing and faded things, if you haven't checked out the last 2 Take 10 with Zen, it talks a lot about faded events and how we can influence them and how we can bring in things. Because when we have some lower vibrational stuff, those act as anchors that slow things down. But when we're focusing and growing our unconditional love, that speeds things up. So, because I feel like it's a range. I feel like you're doing a lot of inner work and working on your self-love. There's a reason why things are going slow, and it's not so much you as I feel like they are taking their good old time in working on that because, like, your higher selves don't wanna bring you guys together in lower vibrational energy because then you end up doing what you always did and get what you've always gotten, where higher vibrational love is something new and something that endures, right? So, that's what they're coming through, Lunare. I hope that makes sense. But check out those, the last 2 Take 10 with Zen because they really go into those as well if you haven't already. Yeah, exactly. But there are things that we can do with it as well. So, that's what's great is that, I like this one, even though they're just 10 minutes, they tell us quite a bit of what is going on inside of me, like my energy and my what's going on in my subconscious. What are the barriers that are keeping me being able to move forward? I can work on that, but of course there's always the other person too when it's about that, right? So it's like I don't know why they're showing me carrying a couch, but they're like if you're both carrying a couch and someone else is it's dragging on the ground, it's like you can't carry all the weight. It has to be equal to have things move. Otherwise, it's like, "Oh my gosh." Um, and then I don't know if you ever watched Friends when they were carrying the couch up the stairs, "Pivot, pivot." So it's like, "Come on, work together." All right, but that's what they have for you, Lunar Ray. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Dollface Diva, you are up next. So a general for next week. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. Well, you got the magician in here and the page of cups too. So there is this energy of movement, 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 of course, with the magician. But I feel like there's this nudge to focus on higher love next week. I feel like there is this, of course, the magician's the master manifester. And I feel like the Page of Cups is, there's such big possibilities of discovering a higher and higher love next week. But it's so much about where you're pointing your magic wand and what you're focusing on and how you can there's like this belief that it can happen at the core of it. I just feel like that's a big it's almost like having some mantras or something about I believe that I deserve love. I believe love can come my way. I believe that I will find a higher love because I feel like it wants to come to you, but there's something to do with the vibrational match isn't where it needs to be able for it to come in. So it's like I feel like there's some focus that you can do on that for next week. So that's what's coming in for you, Dollface Diva. I like it. Many blessings for you. So she'll probably I watched some of Friends, but I mainly saw a lot of outtakes from on YouTube. I get caught in YouTube world. And then I'm like, "Oh, it's been 3 hours, and I've been watching all these outtakes." Anyway, but that's what's coming in. Daisy, you're up next. Hey, hey, hey. So, will you be well known and recognized for your efforts throughout your university one day? I love your random questions. Let's take a look here. I don't with the Knight of Pentacles coming out, that's the slowest moving night, and, the Three of Wands is like there's this different direction. So I feel like that it won't be for your efforts throughout the university that you're known for, but I feel like it's you take a different direction in your life, um, that you have more chances of being well known and recognized for where you're headed off to. For the off ramp you take and you go a different direction later in your life, you're more known for that than the university stuff. So that's what's coming in for you there. So many blessings to you. All right, and Shane, you are up next here. And are you meeting someone new this week? Let's take a look here. Meeting someone new. Well, come on, come on. All right, there it is. Well, you do have the Empress, which is new birth that's happening here. So this would be a yes that there is someone coming in. It's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture energy, sensuality that comes in here too. But I feel like what's important is that you don't have a whole lot of expectations around it because the Empress is number 3 in the major arcana. You got 4 and 5. I'm really good at my math, right? 4 and 5 come after 3, which is the Emperor and the Hierophant, and those both represent, in this case, the restrictions of society, the restrictions of organized spirituality or religion, because that's what the Emperor and the Hierophant do. Leader of the society, leader of religion or spiritual practice. But the Empress is more free flowing, running naked through the woods, no restriction, nothing, and being able to do that. So I feel like you can meet someone new this week. The important thing is not to have a lot of rules around who someone is or who you would meet and that type of thing. So I like it. I feel like it's a very unique individual that you meet. So I like it. Like it, like it, like it. Right. Counting does help though. You're so funny, Shane. So many blessings to you. All right. And Gita, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. And you want to know what are Gemini A's intentions or feelings for you? All right. Let's take a look here and see what's going on inside the mind. Oh, I don't know if I want to go into the mind of a Gemini. Just kidding, all you Geminis. I'm an Aquarius. I get it. If you think the mind of a Gemini is scary, you should go into the mind of an Aquarian. Geminis have a split personality, but Aquarians have a multiple personality. All right, let's take a look here. Intentions. Whoa, whoa. All right. Okay. I'll get clarity in one of these other cards here in a sec, though. But we've got the Eight of Wands. So intentions, passion, passion, movement, movement. So they definitely have this attraction. Um, and it's like, okay, so we've got the feelings that are there, but their intentions seem to be blocked. We've got the Hanged Man here, which is slow processing, like a cocoon, seeing things from a higher perspective, but also cocoon, where it's, taking time for transformation. And the Nine of Wands is this energetic block, but it's them. There's something within them that's blocking them because you can see here, they just lifted this wand, the barrier would fall. They'd be able to walk through it, but they don't understand what it is that's holding them back here. And what's holding them back here is, of course, fear. We've got the Ace of Cups. This fear of new love Tower card tells us that whatever unfolds in life unfolds for us. But I feel like in the past they've had love that has just been ripped out of their life, with the Tower kind of situations. And so they're very careful about giving away their heart right now. So I feel like there is passion there, but they're holding their heart back, um, from allowing it because you know, it's been hurt in the past. Let me see what else we got here. Yeah. And here, the Gemini mind is coming in here with the Knight of Swords, movement of thought and belief and mindset about what would it mean for them for a dream to come true. So there is this movement of thought. They are thinking, it's like almost like when something's loading, it has a little circle turning, turning, turning. It's like they're trying to work through that and trying to understand, what's going on here. But this barrier that's up is what's keeping them from moving forward. And that's why there's this pause that's there. See anything else on that at all? Yeah. Yeah. So that confirms it's the heartbreak that's here. Yeah. The heartbreak that's there. That's keeping them at bay because they also have more thinking about what does it mean to be my true authentic self. And last time I was that, I got heartbroken. So much as yeah, it's Chris, the Minnow, is it Minnow Pond? I think it's Minnow Pond. He's also tarot. He cracks me up. I watch him every once in a while, and he it's like, "No stinking thinking," but that's what I feel like is going on with them Gitas. They are so caught up in their head. They've got feelings, they've got passion, they definitely recognize attraction, energetic and physical attraction, but that emotion, they're just like, it's so protected. It's like they're showing me a museum with all the laser lights and the sensitive floors and the security guards, and it's in a glass case with weight sensitive and the heart sitting on there, and it's like no one's going to steal and break my heart again. And they're just really overprotective of it because of the pain that they had. So that's what's coming in there, Gita. So hopefully that helps with understanding what's going on here. Time frame. See if there's anything here. Swirly, swirly, ace of swords in their head, round and round and round. So here's that the loading thing, right? It's taking a long time there. So it's going to be a while. But while we're waiting on finding love, waiting for someone else to, find their self love, or waiting for someone else to come in, we can work on our own self love, right? We can go, what of my own thoughts and beliefs are keeping me held back? What emotions are holding me back? What can I release myself while I'm waiting patiently, right? All right. So that's what's coming in, Gita. Thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Krista Lee, BI, you are up next. So when you saw Jay yesterday, did he see me too? And if so, what were his feelings? Well, his feelings were, why are you looking in my window? Just kidding. I tell you what is going on? I wonder what energy, what is the moon in today? We've got to look now because it feels weird, doesn't it? Oh, yes, we are in Cancer, Cancer moon. And tomorrow is not tomorrow, but Monday is a new moon in Cancer as well. Yay. All right. So let's take a look here, Crystal Lee. Seriously. Did Jay see you? And if so, what were his feelings? I don't feel like they saw you because they've got the eyes closed here. And I just feel like that they were content in their own little world here. And, but he has feelings here. I mean, I feel like there's this I kind of feel like they are someone who's in, love with romance or love with being in love or the idea of romance. Um, so I just feel like not that they're a player, but I feel like they're in love with the idea of being in love is what's coming through. But, and I don't feel like it's specific to anyone. They're just like, "I just wanna be in love, and I could be in love with them, I could be in love with them, I could be in love with them," you know? I just feel like this is where they're at in their head right now. But I don't feel like they saw you. And like you said, because they were looking in your window, right? Alright. So, Elisa, you'll be my next free reading up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Luna Ray. I appreciate your donation. So, messages to you from T. All right, and I do have 8 Oracle, so I would like to offer you a Oracle card. If you would like to choose a number between 1 and 8 as well. We'll see what extra message comes in there. All right. So what's this letter E? All right. Or the number 3. All right. Let's take a look here. Anything else? All right. And then you got 1, 2, 3. And you got the Dream Weaver's Oracle. All right. All right. So we'll save that for last. I don't know what it is yet. Let's see what we got here. What are these? All right. Wow. A lot of major arcana here. So we've got here it almost looked like a number. I thought it was the letter E, but it could be like a letter 3 because it's this one with 3 things, but that would be a backward E, right? Because 3 this way. But we got the 7 of cups. A lot of emotional confusion, a lot of just trying to, um, look at this and what they're trying to understand what they want, what their emotions are, those things. So we've got that coming in there. This feel like they've got a lot trying to figure things out, right? Because the 3 bars that are there, we have the 9 of cups. They're trying to figure out what does emotional fulfillment feel like for them. Then we've got the King of Cups, which is trying to balance their heart and their mind. And then more balance with temperance, going back and forth, waiting. And I feel like they're not that they're stuck, but I feel like they are taking their good old time with this process. It just feels um, like they don't, I know this is going to turn into gold. I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time. So there's this energy coming in here with all of that. It just feels very, whirlwindy to me. It feels like, well, but it contained whirlwind. It's almost like what I'm seeing in my head is like a laboratory, mad scientist laboratory. And they have this big glass cylindrical thingamajig, like a big um, glass container that goes all the way from the ceiling. And there's this yeah, right. And there's this tornado that is self-made going on inside, like look what I made, but it's contained, so it's not destructing. But so it's all this swirliness, but that's what I feel like. There's so much of it is the emotional confusion is coming from them because of all this. I don't want to say thinking, but it feels like thinking. But, I do like you said, something in the making. Well, yeah, there definitely is, and here's the world card, which is ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new adventure. So, I feel like it's just a matter of time before they birth their baby, you know, and then they have this change, and they're like, "Okay, ending of old world, and then the beginning of something new," with a lot of less expectations and containment around it, not so much restriction. which I like. Let's see what we have coming in here. Got when the birds sing gratitude. That is card 31. It says gratitude. Well, the essential meaning of the card is gratitude as the essential power of manifestation. We talk about this, right? The law of praise, saying thanks in advance of goodness. So we are just talking about focusing on gratitude, right? So right now, you're being reminded of the quickening power of the law of praise, saying thank you before actually receiving those good things you desire in life is magical and it's a sacred act. You may have been taught to say grace over your food, blessing it and giving thanks for nourishing your body. Most people know to say thank you after receiving something, expressing gratitude for what they have already. This is a conditional gratitude. You need the result to be there and complete before you feel it. The true manifesting power of gratitude is the declaration in advance of your needs being met. You do not need to rely on anything being in the outer world before you express appreciation for it. Saying thank you is the abracadabra of life. It calls beauty and grace to you, reminding you of your humility. As part of life, you are a grain of sand on a beach, blessed to live this brief time on earth. And gratitude is the key to your question right now. Can you be thankful for whatever happens? Can you show appreciation for the highest good of all and not just for yourself? Can you see this adventure called life through the eyes of gratitude, humility, and kindness? Yes, be thankful for all that you have experienced up until now, all your loved ones, fresh air, the food on your plate. Be grateful for the divinity in you and look around you. All things are sacred. Praise what you see and what you don't see yet. Miracles are waiting for you to call them to life. Boom. I love it. We were talking about when we talk about so much about gratitude, right? I love the little twists and extra things they put into this one too. So I love it too. So those are the messages from T, and I love the message from the universe of gratitude and how it can transform everything. So be grateful for what we don't see, and miracles, miracles, miracles. So hopefully that helps, Lunar Ray. I do like it for you. And that's what they have right now. So many, many blessings. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Hey, Momo Bat East. I have started some of the free readings, but I've been bouncing back and forth. Let's see. You're still probably about maybe 8 or 9 away, 8 or 9, yeah, or so. Um, so, Elisa, you will actually be up next. Actually, I have another donation. Oh, thank you, Luna Ray. So, is Terry fully awakened to your connection at this time? All right, let's take a look here and see if their eyes are open or closed, or half open, half asleep, half awake. So what we have here. I kind of feel like this sums it up. They sense that there's something going on here, but I don't know if they see it very clearly yet. Um, because we've got the 9 of Pentacles, which really has them in the hermit's journey with themselves and spirit, going through things here. And we've got the Devil card and the 7 of Swords, so they're looking into what of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are deceiving them and keeping them there. And, we've got the whenever the devil card is in, we know that Saturn energy is really, really, um, really bringing stuff to their face to focus on. So they're in huge, super self reflection. And we got the Three of Cups, which joy celebration, but also this is their spiritual entourage, as I'm calling it these days, that are supporting them and helping them through their, all the invisible beings, helping them through their. So I feel like they're really inner focus there. Well, we've got the Magician and the Ace of Cups. So I don't, sorry if you just heard my stomach growl. That was loud. Growl, row, row, row. Let's see about speed, though. So I do see that they are pursuing it. Well, we've got the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel, and look at, they're all with their eyes closed. Oh my gosh, even this one, they have their eyes closed, and this one can't even see their eyes. um, so there's a lot of the magician is fiery type energy. That divine timing thing, you know. Yeah, and the Nine of Wands, that barrier that's there. He's Sagittarius. It's a lot of fire. I'm just looking for timing. Okay. So I'm looking for time in like Seven of Pentacles. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. I'm like, okay, gosh. So, but I don't, the timing with the ranges and stuff. There's so much that goes into it. Um, and I don't feel like it's going to be sudden though. Because when I sat with that energy for a moment, and they showed me the it's like when someone wakes up, it's like one eye opens first and they're like, "What time is it? Okay, time to get up." And then it's like they're half asleep and they're waking up, and then I don't feel like they just go, you know, waking up out of a deep sleep. I feel like they've got like one eye half cracked open, and they're just like, because with that magician, that Ace of Cups, I feel like they have the energy of love, but it's like they're still waking up to who they are. And I see it here with because until they open up to the love of for themselves, they can't give love. Just drip, 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 right? And we want them to be able to give floods of love because you're working on your self love. So you're opening up your ability to give and receive love in big ways. But there be like drip, drip, drip. And you're just like, oh my gosh. So that's what they have there. It feels like it's best. It's You're going to be grateful for the wait, because then you're just like, okay, here comes flood instead of that's it. That's all you can give me. I think frustration would, yeah, you want the equal giving and receiving of the Six of Pentacles, you know, not like, how they have in the old movies where an old man give someone a penny or a quarter for their tip, and they're like, "Why don't you just keep it? I think you need that more than me." So that's what they're showing there. All right, so that's what they have for you, Luna Ray. Thank you again for your additional donation there. Hopefully that helps. All right. So Eliza, thank you for your patience. So blessings to you as well. What should you expect next week in general? All right, so let's take a look here. Wow. I was going to say just one card. I go, this is all that you need. So definitely significant relationship. whether it's romantic or best friends or even family or even with your higher self, or it could be a multiple of them. But they're definitely next week. It's about connection with another individual or individuals, but it's one-on-one type of significant relationships that are formed or that reveal themselves. So I like that for you, Eliza, and that's what they have for you right now. All right, so wisdom words. You wanted a general reading. All right, well, we got the Five of Swords coming in here. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, and there's this conflicting energy here, and I feel like there's a thought or belief that you just can't escape from because it's right in your ear, giving you a headache, just won't let you go. And I feel like with the five, which is a transformational type of energy, is that it's something that you're ready to let go of, and it's something that, just your spiritual team and your child self, they're just bringing it all in the outside world, and you might even be dreaming about things, but it's like this time, it's like it's very feels very concentrated. It almost feels like devil card energy where it's like this, they're not being subtle. It's like here it is. You're seeing it in all these different places in your life. This thought and this belief and this mindset that no longer serve you. It's something fearful, something fear of failure, rejection, whatever it is, it's ready to be released. And it's good. It's a good thing to have happen because you're ready, um, just to be done with it. You're just tired, sick and tired of feeling it. So it's come to the point where it's so uncomfortable, you're ready to let it go. So I like it. And that is what they have for you, wisdom words. So many blessings to you. And then happy pill, you want ancestral message for Oracle. All right. Let's take a look here. Is there an Oracle card they want to give you? No. All right. So the message that they're bringing in here, your ancestors, is there's new opportunities that will open up in your life and your outside world. But it has to do with this Ace of Pentacles also being seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. The Hierophant is this invitation to see things from a higher place. Who do you truly, capital T, truly want to be in this lifetime? How do you, capital T, truly want to express it? And it's like this transformation of seeing the world differently where you don't feel like you have to do things in a certain way, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, kind of living someone else's dream. This is about you discovering what it is your true dream is. How do you uniquely want to express this love and passion in your heart with the world? And it brings in a new opportunity for that, new opportunity to change direction. So I like that for you because it feels more true to you. And that's what's coming in. So that is what they have for you, Happy Pill. So many blessings to you. All right. And Magician, you are up next. So this week, General. All right. So you do have the Queen of Wands coming in here. You had the Five of Wands come out with it too, which the Five of Wands, you got all this fiery energy here, and the Queen rules over this. She has this, connection here with the Black Cat. All the queens have water too. So she has this connection, strong connection to the spirit world. And of course, being the magician, you're used to, wielding it's almost like the magician card, the magic wand to the heavens, and instead of it pointing to the ground, she's holding the energy in her own hands here. And so, there is this energy that comes forward here of how you can transform something that feels like fear, that feels like competition, that feels like conflict, and you're able to transform it and bring it into something that feels more supportive and loving and kind. So I feel like this week there's this opportunity to wield your power and be able to help others too in their path, because these are what these people really are doing. It's not competition trying to tear each other down, but support one another to move forward. So I like that for you. It's really uh, just an empowering use of your power. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, magician. So many blessings to you. And we've got Nature 1133. Hello, hello. You'd like a love reading for July and August. All right. Let's see what they have here. In fact, I think I'm going to switch decks back here to the Naked Heart Tarot. Let's see what we got here. All right. So July and August. All right. Well, so July, you have the Sun card coming in. So the Sun card shows brightness, victory. So I feel like there's a spark here with the fire and the sun that's popping in here. Leo energy doesn't have to be a Leo, but definitely Leo energy, fiery type energy that comes in. So I feel like you have a spark that happens in July, and then you have another spark in August with the Ace of Wands. So new passion, new drive. It feels very happy. It feels very, um, very passionate. I don't see hearts, love, cups here, but see attraction. I feel fire. All that is definitely there. So sometimes that's how it starts, the spark, and then feelings come afterwards. But the razzle dazzle, bejazzle that, happens, and we're like, whoa, who's that? And then you get to know someone, and then you really start to like them. I'm not only attracted to you, I actually like you. In fact, over time, I think I might even love you. But that's what's coming in their nature. So hopefully that helps. Some good things to look forward to, and many blessings to you. All right. And Felicia Feng, hello, hello. So who is coming towards you? Uh-oh. Dun dun dun. Let's take a look here. All right. Well, think we might have an important relationship coming your way. Whoops, it's like the Lovers card here. But we also have the Innocence of Cups, the Page of Cups, new love. So I think there might be some romance that's headed your way here, Felicia. Definitely someone who is offering a different type of love than you're used to having, which is great. It's not as lower energy, it's higher vibrational love energy that comes in. So I'm liking this for you, and I definitely feel like it's well, someone who's able to express themselves, express their emotions. So it's not someone like you're going to have to guess. I wonder if they like me. It's going to be, they're so well on how they can communicate their emotions that you're just like, okay, I get it. So I like that for you. Clarity. Oh my gosh, someone who has clarity in their emotions. What? Right, but that's what they have for you, Felicia. So many blessings to you. And then Momo Baptiste, you, I believe, are up next here. Let me just take a look here. All right. Just want to make sure I didn't skip over anyone. There we go. So you'd like to get a reading on you and Saab. You're a Virgo, he's a Leo. Uh-oh. So let's take a look here and see what we have here. What is going on with the two of you here? Well, it is something slow moving. You've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So obviously there's some growth that's happening between the two of you. Okay, quick reveal, Wheel of Fortune. So, and you have the Sage, the Hierophant. There's this working out here. I feel like what's happening during the slow process here is that both of you are really being invited by the Hierophant here to what is your truth? Who do you want to be? What do you want to be? What do you want in a relationship? It's about seeing things from the capital T truths, seeing things from a higher place, not all the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must. I feel like there's a lot of figuring out of what you guys really individually want. And then that allows you to come together more successfully. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the 10 endings and beginnings, the switching of the wheel. So, when we have a slow moving Seven of Pentacles, but then a speeding up Wheel of Fortune, that can tell me that it might speed up kind of out of nowhere. You just start to see things start to turn, kind of like when you see one of those giant clocks. Um, you start to see activity. Hope something's moving. It's about to, sound an alarm and, dong because it's, hitting midnight. You're about to hear 12 chimes or something. But it tells you too that it's worth it because the Wheel of Fortune is all about even your human feels like whatever's unfolding is for you. It's the tune of for you, the for tune, right? So I like this coming in here. It just feels like it's going to take a little while. And then the more that you focus on looking at your inner truths, the more they're focusing on the inner truths, that's what speeds things up, right? So that's what's coming in for you, Momo. So many blessings to you. All right. And then let me just take a look here because this is where we started having the donations. Let me just make sure I'm not skipping over anyone. Okay, we did those. And those. And those. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. All right. So cheery. We are to you. And now I can explain why people are attracted to N. Okay. It makes more sense independently, not mixed in with I thought uh included you in Queens. So let's take a look here, Cherry. Why people are attracted to N. Okay. Mm. So because they're a fool, not the people, but they are. I feel like, there's energy. The Fool card is like this child, this awe, this adventure without expectations, this free flowiness, a lot of, just accepting people as they are. They're all about the adventure and the journey, not a lot of structure and expectations. It's very free feeling. And I feel like the people who are attracted to them are people who have had a lot of disappointments. Expectations equal disappointment. They have no expectations, then there's no disappointment. So this kind of doesn't scare them as much because they feel like they've got this energy, the full card of freedom, of um, acceptance. It's almost like unconditional love type of energy where it's people just feel safe. They just feel accepted. They don't feel rejected by them. They just feel like you just, you know, accept me for where I am. There can also be with that because this person has not a lot of expectations and stuff, that they have been doing a lot of things all over the place, and people just see him as like, well, you won't judge me, I know everything you've done. So there's a safety that can come in that too. So there's depends on who you ask, you know, because each person's attracted for a different reason, because we, it's all about the mirror, right? I am attracted to a person because I see something of them that I like about myself, so I'm attracted to it. If I hate someone, then it's about because there's something I'm seeing in the mirror that I hate in myself. So I'm like, I don't want to be around them. They're always reminding me of something I don't like about myself. So hopefully that helps, Cherry. That's what they have for you. So many blessings, right? And then we answered those and those. And then Elaine Tot, hello. I see you saying hello. And thank you for subscribing and liking. And thank you guys also, everyone that has given a thumbs up on the video, because it does help spread the Zen love. So thanks for being part of the love tsunami. I really appreciate that. And it's something free you can do as well. So I like it. All right. All right. Thank you for commenting there. I don't see a question from you, Elaine, yet. So I'm going to continue to scroll down here. Okay, we answered those and we answered those. All right. And we are to the bottom. Boom, boom. Here we are. All right. So, before we head off, I just want to make sure everyone knows, of course, that I do have a giveaway every Monday. So here is the link on how you can get into that drawing. I also have 50% off sale going on here. It's Zen Summer. It's for the month of July, not for the entire summer. But I'm 50% off my hedges of peace and love, and also 50% off all of my personal recorded readings. So if you're interested in any of those, you can check it out. And that's the link to book those. All that information is in the description box of the video as well. And then each week I put out at least one pick a card reading. And this last week was how can I transform my sadness? I like it because Spirit was like telling us in the beginning intro of the video that we don't, it's not wrong and there's not good or bad with emotions, but when we're done feeling sad, there's an option. And I like how they talk about how we can transform those. And then yesterday we put out episode 5 of Take 10 with Zen, where we're taking 10 minutes or less each week just to look at subject matter of connecting to spirit, understanding ourselves more deeply, and also answering questions for my subscribers. So if you want to check those out, all of those are free. And next week, because these last two have been about fate, is fate real? Or does fate exist, is what it was, I think. And then this is the influences on our fate. And next week is going to be, is our death fated? Dun, dun, dun. So stay tuned. So that is what we have for this session. I will be back tomorrow as well on Sundays, 11 a.m. Mountain time in the morning and 7 p.m. Mountain in the evening. And I'm here every Wednesday through Sunday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at that 11 a.m. Mountain. Hey, Momo, I did complete yours if you just came back. You did miss it, but you can rewind. That's what's great about these, is that you don't have to be present. You can always rewind and find it. It was probably within the last 15, 20 minutes, I'm thinking. Maybe within the last 30 minutes, I think. I'm pretty confident in that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I completed everyone's. So all readings were completed in this session, and I shall return tomorrow. So thank you guys so much again for all your love and support, for all the thumbs up. And that tells me that you're enjoying the free readings. And yeah, just know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there. You take care. We'll see you soon.